Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Rei-Lin and I'm back with some more Armored Warfare today. I wish I had more time to put into this. I wish I would have been around to actually make videos on what I'm about to talk about today because the time is actually running out as of this recording. There's only about 16 hours and 50 minutes left to take advantage of a couple of deals that are going on the website for Armored Warfare. They've been going on now for the last week and a half or so, so I've obviously missed out a little bit on letting everyone know. I do apologize for that, but I'm here now, and by the time I get this video uploaded, it'll probably be around 15 to 14 hours left, which is still enough time if people are interested in getting some of these deals. Well, first off, they're running an event mostly for the founders, so if like me, you bought the founder pack before the game came out, you got a couple of tanks that were pretty damn good. One being the Terminator, one being the Expeditionary tank, a Zalo S, a VFM5, and an MBT-70. You got a lot of tanks, and they were really good, especially at the beginning of the game, because most of them were tier 6s, like the Terminator, the MBT-70, and the VFM5. But right now, if you are a founder and you play 5 games of PvP or PvE and you win just 5 games, not a big deal, you're going to get a couple of special tanks. You're going to get a reskin Terminator called the Terminator Reaper, and there is, of course, the slick paint job. I think it looks pretty nice, and it is 100% identical to the normal Terminator from the founder pack. So there is statistically no difference. It's just an extra premium tank with a slick paint job on it. And you will also receive the Expeditionary tank Reaper, which of course has the same kind of Reaper paint job on it. Looks kind of cool. Statistically, it's 100% identical to the normal Expeditionary tank. So statistically, there's nothing to worry about that you're missing out on, a tank that might be really good or really bad. But on the website, this is for founders. We get it for free because we already bought the package that came with these tanks originally. But for 6,500 gold, anybody can go on the website right now and get the Expeditionary tank and the Terminator Reapers, and they throw them right in your garage. Now, obviously, these are just reskins of the Terminator and the Expeditionary tank, but for those people that didn't buy a founder pack and weren't founders, this is pretty much the only way you're going to get these tanks. And both of these tanks are very good. So 6,500 gold, it's roughly 30 bucks worth of gold, which is, basically $15 for each one of these tanks. You can go back and watch any of my reviews. I'll probably link them here for you so that you can check them out to give yourself an idea of what these tanks do, whether you think they're good or bad. I think both of those tanks are very good. I think the Terminator is one of the best tier 6s in the game. Personally, especially if you enjoy autocannons, it's extremely hard to kill. Obviously in PvP, your mileage may vary because after all, this is about a year ago or so when people weren't sure how to actually fight them, so they were a lot tougher a year ago than they are now, but they're still very effective at killing just about everything except for main battle tanks from the front. Besides the Reaper tanks being on the website, they're also putting up the Merc tanks. Now the Merc tanks were basically reskins of previous premium tanks that either were part of the package deal or just you could buy them, of course, straight in the dealer tree. One of them, of course, is my personal favorite. I would buy this thing in a heartbeat if you don't have it, the AMX 10P90. It is a beast of a tier 4 tank destroyer. I love it to death. It does so much damage. It's almost overpowered in my opinion. Again, you can watch my review on this tank and see if you agree or not. It'll run you $5 worth of gold, which is, very reasonable for such a good tank. If treads are not really your thing, you also have the Zalo S Merc. It's a wheeled tank destroyer, same tier, tier 4. It is very good too. It's just, obviously, it's a much larger tank. It has a little bit higher top end, and it does a little bit less damage, but it even has a faster reload than the AMX 10P90. Again, I've already done a review on this, so if you want to check out that and let me know what you guys think, that's awesome. This is also going to run you $5 worth of gold. Again, pretty reasonable. I really do like it. But then we skip up to the MBT-70 Merc. Now this is obviously one of the founder pack tanks, so if you didn't have a founder pack tank and you want to get this, you can get it in the dealer tree as a normal tank, or you can get the Merc version for about 3,250 gold. Basically, this tank is up there along with the VMF5. It's essentially, it's close to an $18 tank. Both of these cost the same amount, which is going to run you the same amount of gold, and it's going to even out around 18, between 15 and $18 based, depending on, what the server that you're buying it on, and, the conversion rates and all that for currency. But either way, both of these tanks are really good. If you could only pick one or the other, say you just didn't like the MBT-70 for some reason, or you didn't like the VFM-5 for some reason, the VFM-5, in my opinion, is the better of the two Tier 6s. I like the MBT-70. It's an American tank, and it's pretty fast. It's really well armored, and it has really shitty gun handling. Basically, it's still a good tank. It's just as people have figured out how to deal with it, it's gotten a little bit weaker over the year. But the VFM-5 is, a very good light tank. It's very well armored for a light tank and can bounce a lot of goofy stuff. It's similar in many ways to the Stingray tanks, except this one actually has enough armor to deal with quite a few tanks from the front, especially. So, very good tanks. If you're going to pick one of the Tier 6s over both of them, I would get the VFM-5 first. If you're going to pick one of the two Merc tanks, the tank destroyers, I would definitely get the 10P90 over the Zalo S. It's just a smaller, more well-rounded package, in my opinion. But as far as the other tanks, the Reaper tanks, I would go with the Terminator if you only wanted to pick one. But unfortunately, it is a package deal. You get both of them for the $30 price tag. I still think it's worth it. Both of these tanks were very good, and they're still very good and a lot of fun, especially if you're starting out playing Armored Warfare and you're not up to Tier 6 and you want to see how autocannons are and want to try out some light tanks. These two tanks are very, very well rounded and will serve you pretty well, even up in, past Tier 7 and 8. So that is pretty much all I wanted to get out there for you guys. I wanted to let you guys know that this deal is going on. There's not much time left. Ultimately, by the time that anyone starts seeing this, you'll have about 12 hours to go to the website and pick your poison, whether you want to get the Merc tanks or the Reaper tanks. All of these I've already done a review on. You can go check out the links that I'll put down in the description, and that'll get you straight to the videos that deal with these particular tanks. And you can see some gameplay. Not much has changed with the gameplay, even though they've made a lot of changes to the maps, and you can get an idea of whether or not these tanks are for you. If they are, you got about 12 hours. Get out there and pick them up, and I think you'll have a lot of fun. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. If you liked it, please press the like button down below. It does help out my channel. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, you can click down at the bottom of your screen right now, and that'll get you the latest updates every time I put up a new video. Anyway, that's all. Take care, and I'll talk to y'all next time.